Final Fantasy. Back to Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's get to gamer shit.
Rebirth. Gamer shit.
Kevin, are we good for gamer shit finally?
Kevin, you want to play the gamer shit theme song? Did Johnny ever make a... Okay, he's not here tonight, so he can't contest. He can't protest. Johnny, make the most epic gamer shit segment intro. I'm talking every character from every system. You know, you got Mario shows up.
Gosh.
It's like Smash Brothers, but cross-platform. Like Master Chief shows up.
Sean,
Cloud shows up for Final Fantasy.
Johnny.
Fucking the Fortnite
You don't have to
guy.
do this, Johnny.
Whatever.
Johnny, it's 3 simple letters. N-A-H.
No.
Edit it on the screen.
We're gonna seriously
and
have
you are
trouble.
absolved of it all.
We're gonna have trouble
That was
if
the
you do
hack
that.
I figured out.
Nope.
Yeah, thank God.
Not.
Look what I did.
So anyway, we're here. Gamer shit. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. How far are you in it?
I beat it.
No, come on.
I did really like.
Probably didn't even get through Nibblem.
All right. I really did like the night, the morning after Elden Ring came out. Sean tweeting, "Just beat Elden Ring."
That was funny.
with that hands, the emoji that's like that. Just beat Elden Ring. Like it was like 3 hours after it went live.
That's
that was
great.
cracking me up. I did a bait tweet today too. That was like, I guess I'll be the one guy that didn't care for Dune 2. Never saw the first one, and I was playing Steam Deck most of the time. I'm almost done with Doom Eternal. I didn't want to turn it off, but seemed weird. Did they explain the giant worm?
Seemed weird.
How
far am I? I am. I got my chocobos, and now I'm like, all I ever wanted was just to be on the fucking world map again.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, you got a chocobo. Here's the world map. There is so much shit to do.
Oh, it's open world?
It's
You're on an open map now, where it's
Yeah.
like the first game, the first chunk of Final Fantasy VII,
first
originally,
disc they call it. Yeah.
the big chunk at the beginning, you are just in this rundown town called Midgar,
Right.
where you're under the big platform.
Slums.
It's the
Everything looks
slums.
like shit.
That is the big first chunk. That's kind of the chunk most people know of that
Yeah.
game. And so when they did FF7 Remake and they broke it into 3 games,
Oh, it's going to be 3.
it's going to be 3. They
Yeah.
said it's going to be a trilogy
Oh.
because now in modern day graphics, it's like these things aren't just images you're looking at. They're
Right.
huge. These are huge worlds. So they broke it into 3. The first one was just like the chunk of the game in that town. So you really just went
So
there.
it wasn't very good.
It's it's just the slums. It's good if you like that, and the story is riveting, and they set up a lot.
Yeah.
But you're going through the slums and like laboratories.
But it was
that
Dune
shit
1,
was
right?
padded out though.
It was padded,
I will say
for
I had
sure.
fun with that first game, but find my kids. Where did my kids go?
Yeah.
I left my cat somewhere in the town. It was padded out bad. That is my biggest criticism of the first one. This one, I'm like, oh, I'm in a big field and I can choose what town I go to. Oh, I can go here. I can go. Oh, I'm going to Junin.
Oh, random
I'm-
enemies.
Yeah, I'm going to. This one
God.
feels more like, oh, Final Fantasy was an RPG. Oh,
Yeah.
it's an RPG. So, I will say, I played about 10 hours of it.
What?
Are
you further than me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've done like the next portion.
I think where I'm at has taken me 10 hours.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
'Cause-
lot of side stuff to do.
Dude,
still.
yeah, I'm doing every side thing. I'm digging through every little corner and finding every chest.
Yeah. I'm not doing tons of side stuff, some, but not a lot.
Okay.
I kind of just going through it.
You're doing
But,
all Chadley's trainings?
yeah, Chadley, how do we kill Chadley? Dude, Chadley is this new kid that Sean wasn't in the original. There's like a
No.
little robot kid that wants to give you stuff to use, like, and train you and stuff. And oh my God, this kid, how do you beat the fuck out of that kid?
You know what?
I gotta figure out
Oh
how
my
to
God.
do it. He's a robot. I
Rocco.
guess.
Oh, okay.
I always used to say this shit too. And then I think I saw some like behind the scenes images and it's like, oh, there's a guy that works at Square Enix who they've based, I think his name is Chad, who they've based Chadley on.
I'm sorry to that. Sorry to that, man.
I think it's
But-
like
Dude, this
their
kid.
translator.
I
or
want them
something. I
to. Well,
don't
he gives
know.
you challenges, and I want the last one. I want them to pull like a Zelda and have the last one be, "Oh, you did all the challenges, so now you face me."
I cannot
If you
be
could like
defeated.
kill Chadley,
Oh,
that would be pretty
That would
cool.
be epic. What's funny is he gives you a gun to like scan.
This made me
satellites,
laugh out loud.
And he gives you, it's called like the Chad gun.
The Chad gun.
Like the Chad scanner
Here's
or
the
something like
Chad
that. And
scanner.
I like screenshotted that. Like, that's me. Yeah, they use that on me.
Yeah, I'm the Chad.
But anyway, so there's still, well, anyway, just the way it started, I thought was a lot more engaging. I felt like when I started Remake, it was like, the cool opening, Midgar, and then immediately it was, how many times can we shoehorn Sephiroth into this scene? And it was like, what are we doing? What? Okay, can we move on? Yeah. Okay, Sephiroth, yes, I've seen him. Go, move on. I was getting annoyed quick with Remake. This one I thought started a lot more compelling, where it's like, okay, couple weird things that wasn't from the original game.
Yeah.
What do I think about that? But then it's like, here's the massive lore dump that they did in the original game. We're kicking off this game with that.
And you get to play it.
Yeah. And
it's not a lore dump now.
Yeah. And that was
cool.
really compelling. That was really like, ooh, okay. Stick into the story of the original game. But again, every now and then there's something that throws a curveball at you. I thought they balanced that stuff a lot better so far in this game. But man, I've hit a couple things that are just like, damn, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. There's one thing I want to bring up so bad. But I think it's still too new, I think. But there are things that I'm like, damn, you just didn't understand what was cool about this in the original game. They still like don't know how to breadcrumb an interesting like mystery to me. I don't know
shoehorn it.
Yeah, and it's just like, man, like you put that moment in there, but you didn't get what was cool about it. So I'm still hitting those now and then where I'm just like, you just don't get it. I don't know, man. But that being said, I think overall, this game is more what I was looking for from the last one in terms of like, this feels like a Final Fantasy game.
I'm fast traveling.
I feel like
now.
I'm having more fun with it maybe than I did by this point in the first one. So my review is good so far, but I'm just, like I said, hitting every now and then a moment where I'm like, oh man, you don't know how to breadcrumb this. You don't know how to make this mysterious in the way that you did in the original 97 game.
Mm-hmm.
There's moments that make you go, whoa, I want to know more about this. And this one, no, we'll just show it to you. Yeah. Okay. All right. But I'm only 10 hours in and most of it I've really liked. And the boss fights have been super fun. There's a lot I really, really like. And the soundtrack, don't even get me started. Soundtrack, 10 out of 10.
Chocobo Trap Remix.
Oh, come on.
Oh my God. I'm sitting
Everything.
there just fucking dancing at the fucking ranch.
So
those clicks in the track, dude. It's the clicks.
Visually, it's great.
Yeah, it's still super like love triangle, cringe, uncomfortable. Like everyone's in love with Pretty Boy Cloud. And he's romancing all the women in the party. And it's like, oh yeah, this is every male gamer's fantasy. Was mine at 16 playing this in high school as well.
There is definitely junior high anime energy to a lot of it. Yeah. I'm going to say one thing, but I'm not going to go into it, but
okay.
There was a part where I had to do CPR to someone and there was like an anime moment where he wants to do CPR, but she has boobs. And it's like, what? Wait, what are you doing? I don't. Or she wakes up and what are you doing?
I like that.
I didn't. Where it's like, this is like, are we watching Saber Marionette J in 97?
Yeah.
But again, it's like, hey, this was the story of that.
That
era.
was,
so
and that's what I got to hand them to. Like the stuff that they left in, they kept that tone as cheesy as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the battle system and the fighting is so fun.
Yeah.
It is just expanded from the first game. And it really helps that I played the first game and I played that Yuffie DLC just real recently because I'm still very familiar with it because now I feel like if you just jumped into this game, you could be overwhelmed quickly.
That's happened to me.
But I know the battle system and the fighting and everyone's character moves. So now that they're adding like, hey, we're adding 3 more things on top of the 5 things. It's not like, oh my God, there's 8 things I have to keep track of. It's like, nah, I got the 5 like figured out. What are these 3 new mechanics I can kind of fine tune? Like the way weapon upgrading works is a little different. But laying in materia is the same. And then just like God, the action while playing. I'm playing on normal with not normal classic, just standard normal. So like when I'm doing my spells and my attacks, I can slow down time and take my time planning, switch between characters.
Yeah.
The traversal of the world map, like on
Yes.
Chocobo, is fun too.
Yeah.
I feel like once it opened me up into the world map, and there's this kind of like beautiful cutscene where even the characters are like, "Oh my god, it's a living world,"
Yeah.
and it's like, "Yes, I'm out of the fucking gray slum finally."
Yes.
I felt like I was playing Elden Ring. The way it opened up, and it's like, "Oh, and
Yeah.
I have a mount, and I'm now like seeing an enemy on the world map and running up and
Yeah.
encountering it, and then we're getting into a fight." It's like,
Yeah.
this is how much fun I was having in Elden Ring. This
Yeah.
is now Final Fantasy plays like a Soulsborne game in a
Yeah.
way. I'm sucked in. I'm gonna go home as soon as we're done here and keep playing.
Well, also too that this game, this portion where you can sit back down.
It's
Nah, you're
we're not
good.
supposed to comment when he has to take a leak. We're supposed to just let it happen.
Well, if I didn't notice it, but I did notice
But
it.
we did, yeah. He's
That's the
equipping.
problem. He should have done it
You
in
know
a way
what?
that I didn't notice it.
He's equipping his yellow materia in the
I
loot.
appreciate the joke most of the time, but right now it's really not.
I'm
that
sorry. I apologize.
But anyway, well, at this point in the game, in the original game,
Yeah.
when you left Midgar, it was a tonal shift. It was, this dark cyberpunk kind of fucking vibe, which is honestly, again, what most people remember of FF7.
and I love it. I love
Yeah.
it for that.
But when you leave is when the game really became anime.
Yeah.
and this game starts from that point, and I was down
Yeah.
for it. And I am enjoying that. And it is goofy ass anime, and I'm cool with that. So overall, really enjoying it. Like I said, some moments where I'm like, you guys just don't get what was appealing about this. Why are you doing that? Occasional moments of that.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I have been having a lot of fun. I've been surprised how much it's actually stuck to the original story.
Yeah.
I feel like they're getting, at least so far, they are getting that balance better. Where it's like mostly the OG story, but let me throw you a curveball.
I'm a little
Okay.
confused. Like so far, I've only seen like kind of in the opening or barrage of cutscenes.
Yeah.
There was like some alternate shit with Zack and Aerith.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
What is that? Is that an alternate timeline happening? What
Yeah,
is that?
yeah.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
that is.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I'm confused, and maybe that's okay until I keep playing and figure out what's
Yeah.
happening. But yeah, the tonal shift is being on the run. I think
Yeah.
like okay, we're gonna like get to your first city, and you're gonna get your magic, and you're gonna get your weapons upgraded, and you're gonna start really working.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god, we have to flee. Oh, we're on the run, and now it's like, oh, the fucking story is getting exciting.
Yeah.
I'm fully invested.
Yeah.
And I just love the grind. So like I'm in an early part of the game, but I want to run around the mountainside and find animals to kill.
Yeah.
'Cause I just want to test out everyone's moves.
Yeah, I will say I'm not personally with the chocobo thing. I'm not really like wanting to sneak up on all those. Like,
Oh, you
that's
know what?
That's a recurring thing. I did it once.
Oh, it
and I
is?
was like, okay, in every territory, if you want to use chocobos, you have to like sneak up and get their.
He
designated
mentioned
one.
that. The farmer was like,
Yeah.
in a new territory, you're going to have to get a new chocobo. And
Yeah.
I went, oh, I haven't gotten that yet, though.
So I
Ooh,
got
that
to a
sucks.
second one, and I'm like, oh no, I'm good. I did the first one. I'm all set.
I'll just run.
Yeah, I'm like
Fast
not
travel.
wanting to do that again. Well, no. This one, there's actually carts moving on a track, and you want to hide behind those. No, I actually don't. So I'm going to leave. But
There's
thank
a
you.
lot of mini
for that.
games.
Yeah,
Um,
and some I'm cool with, and some I'm like, one time I'm good.
yeah.
I do like that somehow, Sean. You remember in Rise of Skywalker, somehow Palpatine returned.
I remember that.
Remember he said that?
Yeah.
Well, somehow the sphere grid returned.
The sphere grid's back
Somehow.
somehow.
Anyway,
Have we ever got to play as Sephiroth in a fight and control him in a game
I want
before?
to. I thought for a second you did in the OG FF7. I
You-
thought like you just picked like a super powerful attack and that was
and then
it,
do
you know?
one thing.
I thought so.
He was in your party. Okay.
But no, I was surprised they actually like did that.
The opening-
and again, this is the first 30 seconds of the game. but-
Well, and the game also it follows a game that came out in 1998. So
Yeah.
like spoilers, we're past spoilers. But like, yeah, the flashback in Nibelheim where like you're seeing that was where it really blew me away. It's like, oh my God, the fucking I'm used to this room full of pods and the Genova in the back.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like sprites, and
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell what everything is.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing it fully realized in a 3D environment.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that was where the game
Yeah.
popped for me. In that
Yep.
room, I went, oh.
That was
okay.
kind of a scary scene.
I'm going to recognize crazy moments that I
Yeah.
had forgotten about now playing this again.
That was a scary scene in the original, and I will say I did have that moment was really crazy playing it now as you're walking through and you're actually looking at everything dynamically. And I really had this moment actually, and Sean, I keep roping you in as a joke, but
No,
I'm
you're being
actually going
nice.
to rope you in now.
Thank you. I appreciate
We're
it.
including you.
I appreciate that.
In all seriousness, again, if you look at how old Final Fantasy looked, and then every now and then it would go to a CG cutscene, it was like, oh. And I remember back then going, God, what would it fucking take to have the whole game look like that?
yeah.
What would it take? And I'm playing this now,
And it does.
and I'm walking up to that pod to look in it, and it's creepy, and the camera's going around, and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, man,
This is the
I'm
cutscene.
doing it right now.
Yeah.
So that was actually the
Yeah.
coolest moment of the game so far. Just having that click where it's like, I wished for this as a kid, and
Hell
I
yeah.
now have it.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
sure there's a game like that for
Well,
you where it's like the CG thing.
There is something that I saw recently, and back to sports, forgive me, but it was LeBron James, his rookie year, the graphics in that game, and to now. And it's like,
Yeah.
this guy's career is like 2003, maybe.
Yeah.
Over the
And
character
it's like,
actually looks like him.
We have gone so
Yes.
far. We've done so much.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
So
and I
that-
remember my brother playing Final Fantasy in particular
Yeah.
and thinking like these cutscenes are incredible.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, now that we can just play this out, it's nuts.
I remember though, as a kid, thinking I had it figured out, just going, it'll never happen. It can't ever happen. I mean, technology will get better, graphics will get better, but it'll never look this good. I think I said it to my brother. He's like, why? And I'm like, well, I mean, right now this game's three CDs.
yeah.
Well, I mean, a game like that, it would have to be like 100 CDs.
oh,
so
yeah.
so it'll never happen.
Yeah,
Right.
'cause
Not
the
thinking
file
they
would
would
be
make
too big.
another, like, because in my mind, it's physical. It's
Right.
like, well, you physically can't fit more on
Yeah.
this piece of
And
plastic.
also like the idea of like downloading that was impossible.
Didn't-
Yeah, that will
it
never
wasn't
happen.
there. Yeah.
Because you could download like a gig an hour.
And then I was like, well, wait, maybe it'll be multi-disc, but they'll be like laser disc size.
oh,
Huge
yeah.
They'll do
discs. Yeah.
You know, it's like not knowing. It's like, oh
Compression.
yeah,
and-
yeah. They weren't even on DVDs
The
at that
fact
point.
that like
Yeah.
it,